Coastal Chaos, the 2021 version. Welcome to the Voice of College Football. Following Pitt's win over North Carolina in overtime at Heinz Field, 30-23. Welcome to the Voice of College Football. Please smash that like button. Please subscribe and hit that bell for the notifications to know when we go live, which is constantly including a big call-in show tonight. So don't miss those call-in shows and those live streams. So please hit the bell for the notifications and share these videos out on social media. Huge, enormous game. Pitt fans, tell me, this is your biggest win since fill in the blank. It has to be in forever. Pitt holds on to defeat North Carolina 30-23 in overtime. All right, we will size it up here in just a second because Pitt fans, you're rejoicing. Miami fans, Virginia fans, this was oh so close to you making a major step in the Coastal Division race. But, of course, Virginia, you hold your own destiny. We will talk about it in just a second. First half, Kenny Pickett quickly claimed his name in the record books for Pitt football, passes Alex Van Pelt to become the all-time passing yardage leader in the history of Pitt football. Hit on 25 of 43 throws, 346 yards. That seems to be pretty typical of Kenny Pickett and the nation's highest scoring offense. 346 yards, 3 touchdowns, and a pick. On the other side of this elite quarterback battle, Sam Howell had his issues in the first half, not necessarily because he was not playing well, but the offensive line was atrocious, could not handle the Pitt pass rush, which is one of the best in the nation. The Panthers lead again this season. This has been a calling card for Pat Narduzzi's defenses at Pitt, leading the nation in sacks once again here in 2021. They had 4 of them in the first quarter against Sam Howell, and Pitt trailed in this game, or Pitt led in this game 17-0 and also 23-7. Also key in Pitt taking a big lead in this one, Ty Chandler, who ripped up the Wake Forest defense last week, 213 yards rushing and 4 touchdowns. Not against the Pitt defense, 42 yards on 14 carries for the Tennessee transfer. It was Sam Howell's legs, not necessarily his arm, that got North Carolina back in the game. Pitt again dominated early, 17-0, 23-7 in the first 11 drives of this ball game. Pitt amassed 208 yards of total offense to 16 for North Carolina. But the Heels stayed in it, finally got the offense untracked late in the second quarter, went on touchdown drives of 53, 80, and 92 yards to cut the lead to 23-20. So we pick it up with 5 minutes left to play. Carolina had cut the lead to 23-20. Pitt back with the football. Jeremiah Gemmel with the interception of Kenny Pickett, not his fault. Tipped interception. Gemmel picks it off. So North Carolina sets up at the Pitt 35 with 5 minutes left. They go on the drive. They get a 1st and goal. North Carolina 1st and goal to win the game at the Pitt 2. Then there was a bad snap, which was actually not necessarily a bad snap, but miscommunication between Howell and the center. Snap hits him in the chest, goes back. Howell has to throw it out of bounds. False start moves North Carolina back. Before you know it, it's 4th and goal at the 3. Decision time for Mack Brown. What does he do? He can go for the touchdown, possibly the win with a minute left in the game, or kick the field goal in what was becoming a rainstorm that was turning into a factor in the ball game. North Carolina kicks the field goal. They go to overtime, tied at 23. In OT, Kenny Pickett hits Lucas Kroll, who was one fired-up tight end. Let me tell you, touchdown. North Carolina can't do anything. The Pitt pass rush shows up again. Sam Howell is hurried all over the place, can do nothing with it. Pitt wins 30-23 in overtime. This is the ACC Coastal Race as it stands right this second. Pitt's at 5-1, Virginia at 4-2, Miami at 3-2. The games that matter, the biggest one in the division, not Miami, North Carolina like we thought preseason. Pitt, Virginia. Much like 2018 when Pitt won the division, their biggest game and biggest win of the season was ousting Virginia. And Virginia the next season in winning the division in 2019. So this is the showdown for the ACC Coastal Division. Virginia and Pitt in Heinz Field coming up next weekend. Okay, Miami, you're still in it because basically, regardless of what happens in this Virginia-Pitt game, Miami basically wants Pitt to win the game because they've got the tiebreaker on Pitt. They do not have the tiebreaker. I'm sorry. They need Virginia to win the game, of course. Pitt's got 1 loss. Virginia has 2. Miami has 2. You see the records right there. All right. Virginia and Pitt have Virginia win the game. That causes a 3-way tie between Virginia, Pitt, and Miami. Okay, Miami's got the tiebreaker against Pitt, having defeated the Panthers a couple weeks ago, but they lost to Virginia on that doink shot off the goal post. So Virginia owns the 2-way tiebreaker over Miami. The last games of the season for both the Panthers and the Virginia Cavaliers should be wins. Pitt at Syracuse, and Virginia takes on Virginia Tech. So interesting scenario here again. Pitt leads at 5-1, Virginia at 4-2. They tackle each other next weekend in Heinz Field, and Pitt leads the division. Miami at 3-2, of course, has a game coming up against Florida State. Pitt's last ACC Coastal Division championship back in 2018. Kenny Pickett was the quarterback then as well. He threw for all of 8 yards against Clemson in a blowout 42-10, but Kenny Pickett throwing for a whole lot more yardage than that these days. He is the all-time Pitt passing leader. Please like the video, share the video out on social media, and subscribe right here at the Voice of College Football as we break down the game we all love. We will see you very soon, meaning all day on Friday, and then, of course, post-game analysis all over the board through our various team channels and right here on the main channel at the Voice of College Football on Saturday. Enjoy the football. We'll be right here for you.